Pew, 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 pew. What's up, guys? First thing, thank you. Big shout outs to our sponsor, Vaptur, for making all of this possible once again. There will be a link in the description if you guys would like to check that out and see what this app is all about. It's actually a pretty neat little app. Moving forward, it's time for me to clear some shelves that I've had here with stuff with a lot of the older products that I've had for a long time. I can't think of a better way to get rid of stuff than to give it away and give back to the community that gave so much to me. So I am going to be doing a Bugs 3 giveaway. We're going to show that here. This is my one of my original Bugs 3s. This one I have installed a 200 milliwatt FPV camera on with omnidirectional cloverleaf antenna. It is a standalone system. It runs on the flight controller, power board of the flight controller. I have also installed, and this one does have a heat sink. I forget what the brand was. This was like Top RC Hobby, I think. It's actually a very powerful little FPV standalone system. So, and then I did do the long range mod to this so that you can get some pretty decent flight time. So give you about 20 minutes in the air on a fully charged battery with FPV, so you can fly forever. I also did the long range mod to the transmitter, so I will tear all this down, throw in all the chargers in a box. But we have to keep this giveaway. Unfortunately, guys, I have to keep this to the US. I've had this for 3 years. It has been an absolutely fantastic bird the whole time that I have owned this. But it's time to pass it on to somebody else and let them have just as much fun. It is fast. It is aggressive. It is very quick. It's not for a beginner, but it'll definitely teach you a good skill set. This is where I had an old antenna coming out the top, which you could still change over, I guess, if you wanted to, but I just made a hole there. So we will be giving the Bugs 3 away. Anybody that comments on this video down below will be added into the giveaway, obviously. So just keep it really simple. Just say, I want the Bugs 3. That's all you got to put in the comment section. That lets me know who's part of this and who's not. But it has to be, unfortunately, guys, I have to keep this to the US. As much as I want to go outside the US, not really feasible with my game plan or affordability right now. So I apologize to everybody out there. It's not like my ready to fly package, which I was willing to send anywhere. This I cannot do that with. This is much heavier. It's more costly. I will have to keep this to the US. So just if you're in the US and you want an opportunity to win this, go ahead and put I want the Bugs 3 in the comment section below, and we'll go from there. I can't believe I still don't have any comments here. I got 3 people watching and no comments. It's all good. All right, we'll move on from here. Let me set this on the ground. So that's a very fun bird. Very aggressive, very fun, very worth it. So we went and picked up the phone last night. We're going to get into this now. We went and picked up the phone last night. I have finally updated all the software on this and had an opportunity to play with things. What's up there, Thomas? I don't see Tater. Where's Tater? Oh, it's calling me Tater. I gotcha. Cardosa, good morning. Jake's Drone Addiction, what's up there, fella? Jelly Duck, what's going on? Island RC, I want the Bugs 3. No. Guys, don't put it in the live comments. You have to wait until the video is over and then put it in the comment section. Don't do it in the live comments. You have to actually come back to the video and put it in the comment section. I will come up with a time frame here. Let's say, what's a good day? What's a good day to end the giveaway? Let's do that. That's how we'll do this. Hold on one sec. Let me see what today is. Pull up my little calendar. Calendar. All right. Why is this not in regular calendar mode? I want to see the month. There we go. Okay, 9th, 10th. So let's do it for next Friday. Let's say the 17th of January. We'll go ahead and give it away. Any day that ends with the letter. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so let's go for the 17th. We'll go Friday the 17th. And I'll go ahead and give away the Bugs 3 on Friday the 17th. If you're in the US and you want an opportunity to win, wait until this video is over. Come back in the comment section and type, I want the Bugs 3, and that lets me know that you want to be part of the giveaway. Okay? Simple enough. And it has to be only for the US, guys. I'm sorry, I cannot send this thing overseas or way out there. This is just a simple giveaway to kind of clear some of the shelves and stuff. I can't go crazy. So, all right. So back to this thing here, this ultralight 249 gram Mavic Mini. I did go get the phone yesterday to operate it on. We have that phone now. It's finally set up with the Fly app. I'm all signed in, and I won't be able to fly this today because I have a few doctor's appointments, but we're going to take this out first thing tomorrow. I'm going to drive all the way out to Apollo Beach to where there's some really nice footage out there, and I will take this for a flight, and I'm hoping to do some things with this that you guys didn't even realize were possible. I have some ideas in my head that I want to show you how to shoot dynamic range and footage with this little drone. I'm quite talented at that cinematography side of things, and I think I can show you how to take some extremely cool shots and make this do things you didn't even realize it could do. So that is something that we're going to work on together, and we're going to see if it can accomplish those tasks. Okay, if it can handle even a fraction of the type of shooting that I want to do with it, I think you guys will be thoroughly impressed. I'm going to try to fly it like a big bird within reason and use some very, very, very calculated editing techniques that I think will probably catch you off guard when you watch the footage. You'll be like, wow, I don't understand how he did that. That's what I'm aiming for, that wow factor. We're going to see if we can catch you in the wow factor. Sizz! John WJR, what is going on, guys? Oh, isn't that cute? It is cute. James Moore, it's very disturbing that the Android phone will not work with FPV hookup. No, and I agree with that, man. That is a really, really, really sad thing. I don't understand. I feel like DJI, think about it this way. You guys want to really think about something kind of mind-blowing here? DJI produces big, expensive consumer and professional grade drones, okay, for the market. Did you ever stop to think that all of those apps, the Pro 4 and the Phantoms and the Mavics, all work on the older Android systems? They're not pushing for the 64. That means I can fly any one of their professional birds that they have with my cell phone if it's app oriented and use any Android device basically. But I can't do that for their new $500 Android or their new $500 toy that they produced. Doesn't that seem a little sketchy to you? Just slightly gamey? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really understand why they would do that to everybody. You limited the basis of people that are going to be using this drone. So it got me thinking. I decided I was going to look into the return rate for this drone, and apparently it was actually quite significant. After Christmas, a bunch of people bought it, and then kids couldn't use it. So I was right, and they had a very big return rate for this thing. Walmart. There were a couple other people. Who else had it? There's some other stores that were complaining about the return rate they were getting too. Best Buy, something like that. Anyways, pretty high return rate for people that didn't realize that you had to have basically an iPhone, this, or this model. So, PD, what's going on? Just be curious. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me go back. Good morning. Out of curiosity, does it actually weigh under 249 grams? That is a great question. Let me grab my scale and we'll answer that together. Very, very good question. Hold on one sec, guys. Let me tilt this down so you guys can hopefully see what I'm doing here. All right, I think the scale still has good batteries. Let me zero out the scale here. We will find out exactly what kind of life this thing has. Okay, zeroed out, excellent. All right, let's go ahead and push these arms back in. Nope, got to do the bottom ones first here. I forget how to put this thing away every time. Okay, so the arms have been put away. There's no SD card in this. There's nothing else added weight. Let's see if we can actually get this thing to settle on this platform without over touching anything. Oh boy, what a horrible kind of design here. What do we got? Just says 247.9. Is that what you guys are getting? 247. Let's flip it over on its head here and see if that makes a difference. This is kind of crazy. It doesn't really settle on there very well on the bottom. Let's try it this way now. 248, 247.9. Wow. Huh. So, yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter, guys. It's centered on there. It's good and centered on there. I'll lift it up one more time and we'll go ahead and zero out the scale one more time and then set her back down. 247.9. I mean, it's holding that number very, settled. So it does appear to be under 249 grams. Not that this is the world's best digital scale, but I mean, that's pretty close, man. With the SD card, it's 249. Well, let's put that to the test right now. I'll go ahead and put the SD card in the back of it. If I can get it in there. There we go. Come on, you. All right, SD card is now in there. Let's do the same thing again. Flip it over on its head, set her back down. 248.3. 248.2. Interesting. Well, apparently mine is missing more plastic than your guys's. I've got room to put more stickers on it, I guess. So this scale's probably off in the most minute little fashion here. I'll actually let's reset it one more time just to make sure here. I'll go ahead and zero the scale back out again. We'll turn it off and we'll turn it back on and let it do a zero out function. We'll set it on there one more time. Should be ready to go. All right. Nope, 248.3. That's about as accurate as that's gonna get, I guess. Mine is missing a little plastic compared to everybody else's, I'm guessing here. So, anyways, yeah, good to know. All right, welcome back. Hello. So, anyways, good test. I hope that answered the question. Good morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many people in here, guys. Hold on one sec, man. Let me run back just a little bit here and make sure I'm not missing anything. Drone effects. Yes, it does. I weighed mine at 249 grams. I think it's just because the new app is 64. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. Well, Cardosa. I would love to see why they chose to go that route. I think an explanation was warranted on that one. They chose not to give it. Adventures with Carl. What is going on? John WJR. What's going on, guys? For those of you that were interested in the Bugs 3 giveaway, make sure you rewatch this video when it uploads. If you're interested in winning, you have to live in the U.S. I apologize. For the people that wanted to know, yes, you have to live in the U.S. I'm sorry, I can't go outside the U.S. on this one. It'd just be way too costly, and it's a big bird, and it's just not the kind of money I have to throw around right now. Sponsorships aside, it's not the kind of money. I'm not making money off the sponsorship, just so everybody's aware. Okay, they're sending products and we're helping and all that fun jazz, but there's no money being transferred between me or them. I just get to be honest. I get to review the products that I want to do, and it's a very cool setup that I've got going. So I'm going to keep that going. But yeah, no, so that would be coming out of personal money to send this thing, and I just have to, watch my funds right now, paying medical bills and all that craziness. So bear with me. But if you're interested, when this video is over, all you have to do is come back in if you live in the US and type "I want the Bugs 3" in the comment section of this video when the video is over, not in the live, when the video is over, and that'll give you an opportunity to win. I do have this entire thing all rigged up, FPV. I did a long range kit on it. I mean, this thing is serious. It's ready to commit to some fun FPV flying. All you need is a pair of goggles. And I also did the long range mod to the transmitter. This is the original Bugs 3 that got almost 100,000 views on YouTube. This is my original one that I modified and showed everybody how to do the long range stuff too, and how to install the FPV camera. So this is that drone. So this is the 100,000 view drone. If anybody wants the DW 100,000er, it's yours. We'll make that happen, Captain. Put yourself in the drawing and see what you come out with. Not Norway, big bird, 249 grams. Any word on the sunscreen for the A3? Thomas, True Drone Review said that he got it already, but he wasn't going to send it out until Saturday. And that's fine with me. I'm fine with that. So not a big deal. Your battery must be empty. That's why yours is a little lighter. I don't know about that, man. I'm going to do some bird watching and stuff later, man. Later. The tank, Frank, the tank. What's happening, brother? Chris, what's going on? Glob of mud and simulate real life in the field. Oh, man. Good morning as well. I have 3 bugs drones. I've added many upgrades, 500 hour little, yeah, 2 bugs to recover, and #1 drone. There you go. I've had my bugs 3 forever. I know, Jelly Duck. I know I'm close to the 10,000, man. I'm actually seeing some growth on my channel here now. It's pretty good. Things are moving forward here, so we'll see if we can keep that energy level going. Bear in mind, I am dealing with a lot of medical stuff right now still too, so I'm trying to do all of this and figure out how to maintain a living while doing it, and try to come up with little oddball ways to make money and have a life, because I can't work a regular job right now. So Dan is going through a lot. Let's just say that, but he's very happy for the support that he has here, and he tries. I'm trying to go into 2020 the most positive way I can, instead of being this negative character that I've been. I'm hoping this positivity really, wipes me and takes me into a whole new realm of being happy again and enjoying the hobby like I used to. And I'm already starting to. I'm starting to get back to how I used to and have fun doing it. So that's what we're aiming for here. I enjoy this hobby too much to let it become a negative thing. So we're trying to kick that right in the nubby this year, man. That's exactly what's happening. So, well, thank you, Drone Alone. So you guys know how to enter the Bugs 3 giveaway. Just wait till the video's over. If you live in the US, come back into the comments section afterwards and just type "I want the Bugs 3." And then on the 17th of this month, we will go ahead and choose a winner with the random comment selector. Obviously, I'll go through and remove any comments that don't say "I want the Bugs 3," so that we don't have triple accounts or people that aren't supposed to be in it throwing off the chances. So, hey, Dan, I've seen people add extra batteries to the Mav Mini in 40, 45-minute flight times. Not me. I would never do that. I think I covered this yesterday during my pre-talk, but I don't know if you guys have really had a chance to study these motors. They are cheap. They are very cheap motors. I'm actually honestly surprised DJI chose to put these on here. I guess I was thinking, for a company that produces high-end products, this would not be something they would do. My shaft actually moves on 2 of these. Yep, this one has a movable shaft, and this one also has a movable shaft. The other 2 are a little bit more sturdy, but this is going to cause some vibrations and wobble in these shafts. And on top of that, these are closed bearing, open dust guard bearings in here. So that is definitely a downfall of this bird. Do not fly this at any sandy or dirt conditions. Steer clear of all that. If you fly FPV drones, you guys would know that grit and sand do not do well with bearings. Or if you've ever been in the RC product of ground vehicles, then definitely don't want to get dust in here. These almost have the Hubson-y feel to them, where you could actually probably put droplets of oil on here over time. And I'm curious if it would be possible to rebuild one of these motors. It looks like you can. It looks like it's removable. And if you could pull it apart, you could pull the C-clamp out, and you could probably clean the entire internals of this brushless motor. But the question is, how long are these going to last? These little brushless motors kind of scare me a little bit, guys. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think in the near future, we're actually probably going to start seeing some failure rate of these motors, depending on how much hours of flight are put on these. I'd be curious to see an estimated number when these things start falling out of the sky as to, I'm not saying they're going to, I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just saying I've seen much better quality made motors on smaller products. This seems like they kind of took a bit of the chintzy route on this one, and that scares me. I don't know why they would have gone that route, other than to keep the weight down, I guess. Maybe. I have no idea. So we'll get into that later. And I'm sure people are going to be like, those motors aren't cheap. And then they're going to post a link like, look at how expensive they are. They're only expensive because that's what DJI is charging you for them. That's why they're expensive. They get to set the price. So if they do sell you the motors, they're going to be expensive motors. Just to make that point before anybody tries to come out of the woodwork with that one. I tell it like it is. I put it how it is. That's the difference between just, you know, me and how everybody else normally operates. I just don't care. I just say it. So, you know, I was going to get the Mavic Mini, but I'm saving my loot for the Xeno 2. It's a good idea, I think. I just watched a video where it went 8 kilometers. Not that you would ever need to go that far, but it goes 8 kilometers. I'm not sure if they made it back, but it went 8 kilometers. Well, we don't really know the truth behind that test either. They could have a ground station set up to send stuff that far, you know. So you can buy all the parts for DJI drones or replace them third party. There you go, Cold Fire. You'd be the one to come in here and let me have it. I love you, Roy from Norway. I'm wondering how those little motors are going to get. Oh, hot. Oh, yeah, that's a question. That's like I said, tomorrow will be the first flight. It's warm in Florida, so I'll have a great opportunity to test it should be about 72, 74 tomorrow. I'll have a great opportunity to test this thing out by the water. You guys know me. I ride out the hole. I go balls deep. We're taking this thing out over the water, and we're going to, do what I do best, man. We're going to give it the DW punishment test and see how it holds up and see if it's going to randomly be like, oh, look, water. I don't know how to use my optical flow sensor anymore. I'm just going to crash into a boat or the lake. These are all tests that I'm willing to do. I've no holds barred, man. I told myself I was going to test the functionality of this and put it through the works and see what it was actually worth for the $500 price point. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give her hell. So good, CJ. Excellent, man. I am recovering. I have a long road ahead of me for recovery, but we're working on it. So 400 AGL in the house. We got Mel in here. Gator bitten, drone alone. I'm watching to how the dust falls with the remote IDVS before I drop any substantial coin on a new bird. And that's what I was trying to say, Thomas, before I picked up any kind of sponsor, man. I was like, I really don't know if I want to buy a new bird just because I don't really know the direction they're heading with this ADSB stuff and this remote ID. But things happened where I ended up getting a nice sponsorship that kind of helps with that side of things. And so, yep, we are going to be able to test some of those products. But I get what you're saying. I think if any smart company out there was out there right now, okay, any real smart company was out there, legitimate company that might watch this video, this is your time to shine. Step up to the plate and create attachable ADSB units for older drones or for FPV drones that are barely weigh anything and can still transmit data. You want to help us out? Make it easy on us too. Okay, if you're going to commit to this, then there's money to be made for these larger companies. As much as I don't want Big Brother watching me, if you're telling me I can't fly my 3DR solo because it's not getting grandfathered in because of age, and I can only fly it at a designated flight location, that makes me very pissed. I'm upset. So being that that's the case, and I have almost 4 of these things that operate, and I love them to death, I would like to be able to still continue flying them out in the, in regular airspace like everybody else. But if I have to have it transmitting a signal and receiving and transmitting, then there's a company that just needs to step up to the plate and make that a possibility, because I'll never stop flying the solo. Me and the solo will go to jail together if that's what happens. We're gonna that's the hell with the FAA. We're going to jail together, me and the solo. So the Mavic Mini is the most insane Wi-Fi drone and good picture streaming back bird without lagging, and that might have been why they chose to go 64 when they designed the app with the 64-bit. That could be exactly why they decided to do that. I noticed the latency lag is extremely low. All the videos I've seen. Now I'm going to test that myself here, but on iPhone, obviously. By the way, guys, I have no idea how to use an iPhone. This is my first iPhone. I'm an open source guy. I don't touch iPhones. So this is already going to be a mashup of craziness. I'm be like, I don't know what this does, but I'm going to push this button and find out. Oh no, it fell into the water. Like, that's pretty much how this is probably going to go. I'll do my best, man, to keep it from going into the water, dude, but no promises. It's a different interface than I'm used to. But Solo is getting the top bunk. Haha, yeah, no, Solo is. Well, right now, guys, I'm trying to clear the shelf a bit. I have a bunch of stuff on the shelf that I just either don't use anymore. Like this is not the only giveaway I'm going to be doing. I have another one coming up here. You know, I think the next one's just going to need a few parts, like an ESC, and it's going to need the motor replaced on it. But if anybody wants that, that was an expensive purchase. It's been a great product, and we'll get into all that as we go here. It's time to kind of clear the shelf and make things a possibility. So I wish you all the best with iPhone. Well, thank you. Thank you. We'll get it figured out. I have it. It works. Everything's turned off. I'm going to charge up the Mavic Mini again because I had to do all the updates, and I still have to do all the compass calibrations and the IMUs and all that before we actually put it through the works. And then I need to study the app a little bit to make sure I understand the fail safes before we go out. Do your homework. Just do your homework. That's all you need to do, guys. It's not hard to review products. Just do your homework and think of a pros and cons list and then make it for everybody. You know, just be honest. That's all you got to do is just be honest. Okay? Don't suck up. Just be honest. They will respect your input a lot more if you're just honest. And I'm not even talking about your fan base. I'm talking about the company. You don't have to be a meanie to the company, which is something I'm trying to work on. I'm trying not to be a meanie to the company anymore. I'm trying to get them to realize they can make changes, though. Sometimes you have to be a bit more stern with some of these companies and let them know that you're serious and you mean business about this whole change thing. But most of the time, I think you can do it without trying to be the meanie or the Captain Save a Hobby guy. I work on it though. I'm trying to work on that. Bugs 3, wee! Kelly, as long as you live in the US, man, when this video is over, just come back in and type, I want the Bugs 3 in the comment section. And on the 17th, I will go ahead and choose a random name and we will ship this out to them as long as you live in the US. Okay? Oh boy. Can't compare length with the DJI Spark at all. I'm not putting anything against the DJI Spark. They're two different platforms. All right, thanks for stopping in, Mel. Really great video yesterday, DW. Yes, sir, Lone Spanker. That was a lot of fun. I answered your question, by the way, about what kind of quad it was. I'll just show it to you. Hold on. Okay. There she is, man. The 249 Grasshopper HD GT on 3S. It's a ripper, man. I think top speed on this quad's like 65 miles an hour, 70 or something like that. It's a screamer, dude. If you put her under heavy load, this has the Cobra motors on it, and this thing is just angry. It's the Cobra Mumbo Stack. This thing is nuts. For a tiny little drone that barely weighs anything, here, let's get a comparison here. This is the Mavic. So the Mavic Mini versus this 2-inch race quad. Let's see what the weight comes in at here. Give you an idea of what I've been ripping around this area here. All right, so this is with battery included. 130. So this is like half the weight. This is a little bit under half. A little over half the weight of the Mavic Mini. So two of these would be the Mavic Mini. But essentially, man, this thing rips, dude, at its weight. So at 136 grams with a 3S LiPo and Cobra motors, this thing just absolutely goes balls to the wall. This thing is a screamer. It can be very docile and it can be very aggressive. It really depends on how you want to fly this thing. But this thing is just wicked, dude. When you blip the throttle, this thing will just skyrocket. I can do like 20 flips on the way down and barrel rolls and loops before it even comes close to the ground. So you just blip it, man, and it's out of there. This thing has been a really fun drone. This is the Diatone 249 Grasshopper, if anybody was curious. Get yourself one. They're a lot of fun to play with. So, yeah, man. Come on, babe. I want the Bugs 3. Paying the eventual shipment myself. Well, if that's what you wanted to do there, I would have to tell you what that costs and figure all that out. I suppose that's a possibility if you want to pay for the shipping if you win. This is the infamous DW Bugs 3 that got all the views on the long range mod like 3 years ago, 2 years ago when I did that initial video. It got a gabillion views. a gazillion views, man. Everybody wanted to know how to put a long range kit on it. So that's the bird it was done with. It's the famous DW Bugs 3. I'll sign it for you too. There you go. Lone Spanker said, I want to win something. Well, you have an opportunity, Lone Spanker. Like I said, I've already kind of talked about how to do it numerous times in this video, but when this video is over, come back and comment. I want the Bugs 3 as long as you live in the US or you're willing to pay for the shipping, I guess, yourself. That's fine if you want to do that. Then I'll send it to you wherever you're at. But like I said, I don't think most people will want to do that. So anyways, if you're willing to pay for the shipping yourself, then you get the bird, the transmitter, I got to find the charges. It's going to come with a LiPo battery, maybe 2 if I can find them. I don't know where they're at. I'll go through all that, but anyways, so cheers. Bob, what did I win? You won a name shout out. Bob Biker 46. It's good to see you, Bob. You want to come in here, Bob? I think you should come in here. I will open this panel up if anybody wants to come in. I have not seen you in a while, Bob. I think it'd be good to see your face and have a chat with you, man. A lot has been going on since we hung out last and talked. I'm just here for free. I love Bob. Still got that sense of humor. Bobby. All right, so Mavic Mini tomorrow. That's happening. I also did get a new GoPro. That was something we really had to do. I've been trying to offer you guys stabilization on this channel because all these videos with all this it's just killing me as well as anybody else trying to watch the channel and trying to do stuff. Troll Master, I don't know if you can enter being called Troll Master. That's a pretty hard name to want to win, you know, Troll. I don't know, man. You may want to come in with a different account that's not Troll Master. That's funny. That's funny. Lone Spanker said rewatch and comment. There you go. Self-explanatory. Bob, are you in yet? Nope, no Bob yet. Let's see here. I am. Pull this up here and we will go to, okay. Let's see, go to channel. Yep, Trollmaster has no content. Sorry, Trollmaster. Legitimate troll account. Sad now. Why are you sad now? I was letting Garrett, my partner, fly the new Waptura drone at night and she flew off. No, dude, that sucks. Sucks. I hate it when drones fly away, man. I really do. I absolutely hate it. That is the worst feeling in the world, sitting there knowing that, you know, if you go through everything and it doesn't come home, like if you turn off the transmitter and you hit return to home and it still keeps going, that is the worst gut-wrenching feeling you can have, watching your drone sail off into the distance while you have no control over its actions and activities. That is just sad, man. That's a very rough feeling. I've had that feeling twice in my life. And I don't wish it on anybody. So nobody. Do you ever find them again? Gone? No, normally, man, they don't come back. I had a Cheerson CX20 with telemetry and it was running Mavlink protocols and I had it connected to Mission Planner and we had it hooked up on Pixhawk. So it was running also Arduino setup. And man, I had this thing out on a mission on my laptop and sitting out in the field, and all of a sudden my antivirus program kicked on in the middle of a mission and it took priority over my Mission Planner app and it stalled the app and the drone flew off, never to be seen again because my antivirus software kicked in and took priority over the apps. So that is the worst. That is the worst feeling in the world to watch your drone fly away with zero control over it. So I didn't have a transmitter connected to it either. Everything was done through telemetry command prompting. So that was sad. The last signal it received apparently was a glitch signal that told it to fly away. So Troll, just watch the stream when it's over, man, and you'll figure out how to enter. Nothing like seeing the lights fade into the nothingness of loss. Exactly. There's going to be a drone demonstration at the Sunshine Film Festival for anyone who wants to come out. And we will probably be flying our heavy lift on C690, and we have 2 DJI spreading wings. I don't even know where that's at. Kelly, where's that at? You got to give more information, buddy. Where's the film festival happening at? I don't even. Sunshine. That sounds like Florida. Talk to me, Kelly. What a nightmare. No, it was a nightmare. That was disappointing. But you know what? If I had never, if that drone had never flown away, if it had never flown away, I would have never gotten the Hubsan 501S and made all those videos. So there was a positive side to that as well. I think we're running a little bit behind here on chat. So nobody wants to jump in here with me? Nada. I'll end it. I'll leave. I'll dive. Well, don't make me threaten people with a good time. I'll get out of here. I got stuff I got to do. I'll just toodaloo, you know. Bye. I'll post it one more time. We don't get anybody in here, man. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Drone alone has entered the ring.
Ha, 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 ha. You don't quite get to run away yet, Dan.
What's up, man?
Oh. I got a new job, but it's not paying well. I'm not getting good tips. I don't understand what the problem is.
Have you tried the fake boobs yet?
I haven't thought about it.
They help.
I've just been using the real ones.
Yeah. Well, you got to add the fake, the fake tatas in there, bro. If you want any kind of interest, it's rare that you get an all natural that catches your interest. When you do, I'm in.
It's a keeper. It's a keeper.
It's a keeper. Yeah, for sure. For sure. We're all about the tatas here on this channel, and we support them. We love them. They are needed. So what are you working on here? What's the project? What is this thing?
Do you recognize this?
God's name is that, bro? I do not.
I found this in the marsh behind my house.
What?
Yeah. I was flying the Phantom around, and sure enough, but I ripped out the guts because they were no good, and I put in my own flight controller, and we getting it up in the air.
Roy, you know what you got to hit me with right now? You got to hit me with one of these. I got to. Look at this guy, Roy from Norway. Jeez, oh Pete, you big monster. What's happening?
Look at this. The drones.
Let's see what you got going on here. DJI.
Yeah. This is a Phantom 4 Pro, yes?
Yeah. And then we got
Mavic.
yeah.
Hard to film it. Yeah, okay. They're all in a glass motor, like you see here. Yeah.
They look good, man. So for those of you guys who don't know Roy has been following me a long time. Roy has been steadily trying to convince me that DJI is where it's at over time. He's been twisting my arm in small amounts every once in a while, like, hey, you need to check this out. Check out this software, bro. You need to see what this is all about. So, and I do. I saw the No Limit drone software. That's pretty neat stuff, man. I now have a DJI product. We'll see if we can dabble with it again. I don't know if this is even possible to put on No Limit software, but we'll find out. So,
yeah, cool.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I just popped in. My wife just come home from work, but since I saw you have a live show, I just wanted to see you in action.
Yeah, you popped in a couple months ago, I want to say. That was the last time. And then you commented on a few videos. I pay attention to everything, man. I see everything that happens.
Yeah, you are the what you say, steady person I follow on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like drone wise.
Well, that is good to know. That's good to know. That's a good feeling, man. Thank you for that.
Smart comments and yeah, well thought thoughts on yeah, almost anything.
I question
So that's
everything.
why.
I don't like being told something is something. I question everything. You know.
Yeah.
What is this? What did you just draw? Drawing alone. What is that? Is this the treasure map to a lost village of Atlantis here? What is this?
Just bara säga hej till honom och så slå igång.
Yeah, is the lost fucking city of Atlantis.
Okay.
Hello.
This is my wife now.
Hi.
Just saying hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi from
Yeah.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Hello, Florida.
He's such an idiot. Oh man.
No, but
I just have to say one thing. This man is crazy about drones.
That's good.
He's talking about drones 24 hours a day, something like that.
Living up to the hobby, man. That's what we have expectations.
Yeah.
That's you're
He's really interested too.
I'm really interested in drones.
Dude, I got my girlfriend involved. She was involved for like 4 or 5 months, and then she got out of it. But it was fun while she was involved. She was having a good time.
Yeah. It looked that way.
Yeah. Dude, she was flying FPV. She had goggles on. She was killing it, man. She was having a blast. Yeah, dude. She was learning acro last time we took her out doing FPV. She got down, stabilized pretty well, and we got her own bird, and she was having a blast, man. But then she started going back to school, and then she just didn't have time for it. Between work and school, she had to stop. So it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Just popping out now. I just wanted to say hello.
Well, hello, man. It's good to see you, brother. You should pop in more often.
Yeah. I definitely would. Okay. Bye from nowhere.
All right, man. Later, bro.
Bye. Yeah.
Let's see here. Shout out to everybody and ask a question for me, please. How many people would be interested in an indoor area where they could fly day or night without restrictions?
Yes.
I will get you all the information you can help us promote. Kelly, I will consider that after I have a look at what you're offering, my friend. I don't jump into anything lightly. I always make sure I'm well aware of what I'm getting myself into. So if you want to email me that information and tell me what you're expecting from me, I will consider it and see where we go from there. Deal? My email address is in the description of this video currently. So, or any one of my other videos, it's in there. I taught my wife to fly fixed wings, and then she got the wedding band, and that was it. CJ, what's going on, man? Patrick O'Neill in the house. Sorry, guys, I'm getting back to some of these comments. Only 24 hours a day. Who's Mr. Bill? Oh, no, Mr. Bill. Down St. Pete. Let me get you the dates and times. Oh, boy. That means you know who's going to be there. Gee, that looks like a miniature Solo from that angle. What is that, the Sharper Image drone?
Good call, my friend.
Wow, the DX2 Sharper Image drone. Yeah. Let me show you the difference, bro. All right, you hold yours up at that angle, and I'm gonna hold this one at this angle. You tell me which one looks like which one. Boom! Is that not a smaller version of this? Huh?
Wow, Sharper Image really may have done some
copying, just slightly, just a tad bit. Yep, slightly. However, this is a 4-pound animal.
Look at that gimbal. Oh.
So yeah, man. No, that looks. I never realized that. I guess I never paid attention to it. I didn't realize that they were doing that. Isn't that bird too pretty to be stuck at an AMA field, man, with no ADS-B so I can fly?
That'd be a tragedy.
I
I couldn't imagine just living in a world where that would be how it would be.
know.
You know?
I know. Indoor drone racing areas are growing in the UK. That's a baby solo. That's what I said.
Yep.
Patrick.
So I put a 25 milliwatt transmitter and little camera on it, and it just couldn't quite. I mean, it would do it, but it was straining so hard that it wasn't fun.
So was it drawing too much power with the 5.8? I'm assuming you were running it all off the same power supply.
Well, I tried that with the last one, and it didn't work out so well. So this time I tried a multitude of 3 different sized lipos, and when it came down to it, it just any extra weight than it already has is a problem for it. They're just, of course, not a little powerhouse. And they can barely handle the load that's there. I mean,
right.
I've tried. You can't really put a heavier battery in it at all because it's not going to put anything more out really. They fly real good for like the first week.
and then from there it was just downhill.
Right, yeah. And my kid really wanted it. He liked how it looked. And I said, "Hey, you ever see a solo?" and so now my kid, instead of wanting to get a DJI, he wants to actually get a solo. So I'm gonna blame Dan.
I can't help it. It's such an amazing drone, man. It really is.
It is. Yeah.
It's hard to explain to people. It really is, man. What they're missing out on if they've never played with one.
Right. And I haven't had that experience, and I'm tied up with a Phantom, and that's all I know. But every time that Dan starts talking, or I watch a video where he's flying the solo around and he's talking about features, he's talking about capabilities,
48 smart shots. Wow. No, man, and it continues to get better with time. It's like fine wine, dude. The more it sits, it is aging well. The more it sits, the more people are like, I wonder if we can do this to it. And nobody cares because it's not like you bought it for the original price point of $2,000 that they wanted, right? For everything. You're like, my investment was $200. What do I care if it doesn't survive?
Right.
So it makes you want to go out and do things you wouldn't normally do, and then you find out how cool the bird really is, and then you don't want to kill it. You're like, oh, it's too awesome.
Yeah. You go out and test its capabilities, and when you find out that it's extremely worthy, it's a whole other deal, man.
It is a whole other deal. Yeah.
And I've been thinking and concerning about if I should try to go in. And I've been checking out some videos, and some guys were talking about, well, before the whole remote identity stuff comes in and everything else, you can download the stuff, you can do your own firmware, you can kind of program your Phantom to do what you want it to do. And I don't know if it's as easy as they say, and I don't know if it's... I just think that they got a lot more control of what's going on than you just being able to change out the firmware.
So I assume you're talking about DJI, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So there, and Roy was just in here, and I was talking with Roy like a couple months ago, maybe even longer than that. I was talking to Roy about what DJI really has to offer compared to what open source platforms really offer. And I think I came down to this discussion, and this is what it really came down to. The ability to modify DJI in the sense that we're talking about with the Solo kind of was capped at the Vision 2 Plus. Okay? You'll never get that back from what those drones had to offer from DJI. Okay? You can move forward with that, but the Phantom 3 wasn't able to do it. The Phantom 4 wasn't able to do it. The Mavic Minis, the Mavic, or the, you know, all these are proprietary based camera setups with no adjustments whatsoever. Right now, the Phantom 4, I do believe, has an interchangeable camera, if I remember correctly. Right? Okay, but that's it. That's the extent of it. That's what you're doing. Like maybe the simplest thing you can do is add a bait drop or this, or remove the restrictions from the drone, but not actually be able to program it to do things. And I hear a lot of people say you can totally do that. I've never seen a scenario where that's possible beyond PMW setup. So what are you doing beyond PMW? Simple servo functionality. That's it. What are we doing here? You know,
does it even have GPS capabilities at that point? You know,
well, so like the Solo does have PMW capability. That's how we're able to control third-party gimbals, right? But we're not only able to do that, we're able to adjust the protocols and the firmware to adjust it to what we need it to do by installing our own stuff. You're not doing that with DJI products. You get what you get, and that's it. That's proprietary based setup. That's why I've never been a fan of DJI. Look at me. I had to wait 2 days now to deal with this DJI Mini thing because I had to go get a phone that would work. Like my phone works for every other drone I have in my house. Everything. It works for all of my other products, but it doesn't work for the Mavic Mini. So what did I have to do? Drive 2 freaking hours out of my way, find a friend that had a phone they were willing to give up, bring it all the way back, charge it, sign in with an unknown device. I don't even know about Apple. So, like, it was just a task. It was a challenge to get. And these are the things that I'm trying to get DJI to understand is that, look, man, if you would just open yourselves up just a tad bit more, you would have such a large interface of people that wanted to join and be part of it. You are capping yourself by keeping this in the proprietary based system that you are. You're not giving people enough options. You're not catering yourself to the open source side of things. Now, if you want to go blow the Matrice 100 or the Matrice 200 or all those drones that you're going to pay $10,000, $7,000 or higher for, and then put a $40,000 camera on it, now you got a $50,000 open source. Who's going to spend $50,000 in the hobby industry to build one of those? Are you? I'm not. I can do all of that with a $250 drone that I can choose my gimbal for, and as long as I can lift it, I can put a DSLR rig on it. Why would I go out and blow that kind of money when I can do it with this little tiny open source drone that I bought for $200? That's the real difference, and this is what I've been trying to get people to understand. Like, you can tell me how great DJI is all day, but you are super restricted by using their drones. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are restricting your ability to have fun. That's it, man. You know, I don't want to sound like the bad guy here, but that's the truth behind it. You know?
Yep. Facts don't.
I can't twist their arm anymore. You know? Good times. Are people still here? Did they leave?
I'm having a good time.
Drone shots. What's up, man? Oh my god, dude! What are those? What are the balloon things?
Yeah, the wacky inflatable flailing arm
thingy guys.
Right.
Did you ever see the fight? The fight between them? That was the most epic Vine I've ever seen. Have you ever seen that Vine?
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
Okay, I don't think other people have. We should show that Vine because Vine isn't a thing anymore. And go ahead.
It should be.
It should be. I agree. That's the people are saying the new TikTok is the new Vine. I'm calling baloney. This is the funniest Vine I've ever seen. Okay, so what? Blow up inflatables fighting.
Yeah.
This sounds weird.
But it's way worth it though.
It is. This is pretty much what's happening between the DJI users right now after listening to what I said. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is so stupid. It's so stupid, it's funny. That's the real issue here. Okay, Gene, what's up, man?
Dano, I wore this shirt just for you, buddy.
Well, thank you. That guy's so interesting. Hey, I'm gonna screen share real quick. Give me 1 sec, okay? I need to add audio to this. Guys, I don't know how loud this is gonna be. I apologize, but just have fun with this for a sec. You ready?
Hit it.
That was the last. Don't let go! Don't let go! I got you!
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Oh my God! That little. Every time I watch it, I laugh, man. It's so amazing. It's not as good as the cow. The cow is the best one, where the dude jumps out of his car driving past a pasture, and he's like, just starts screaming at cows for no apparent reason in their own language. He's mooing physically at the top of his lungs, mooing at these cows, and they have no idea what to make of this individual. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Burn the shirt, says CJ Hyde.
Yeah, this was when I was a long time ago. I ordered this shirt, long time,
Captain Drone.
and I had to wear it if I popped on here. So I went and dug it out of my mothballs.
Well, at least we're both being supportive. I'm supporting Rodney Bell here, so here, yeah, he's a guy. That guy's a character for sure.
So the Mavic Mini, Dano,
Yeah,
why the Fly app requires 64-bit system, I don't understand, because there's not hardly any control in it. The Go 4 app allows all this, the camera settings manually, and it runs on everything.
now you get it. Now you get where I'm coming from. I don't understand.
Because I'm an Apple guy, that's all I've ever had for a smartphone. I'm on my third smartphone ever.
Okay,
So I've always had Apple.
right.
So I've never had an issue. So I understand what you guys are saying, and it is bullshit.
Not having an issue, and once again being on the DJI side of things with all this is the issue is you're not able to do nearly what we can do with our Android phones with Apple, because once again, proprietary. You can unlock them, you can do some simple stuff to them, but you can't really have the same fun that we have with Android. And Android's kind of like the best of both worlds. You get great gaming and you get work if you want it. So the experience is double. Whereas with Apple, it's more work oriented stuff. It's more of a business aspect than it is a play and in between. So being that person that hates having options cut, I will always go with Android over Apple any day. There's just, and I'm sure everybody feels a different way. I'm not trying to twist somebody's arm like you have to do this, because you don't. Everybody is happy. You're happy with iPhone. You've never had an issue. We're probably not doing the same things with our phone. Mine is constantly being used for stuff that probably shouldn't be, or be able to even do, because I'm constantly, making it do things it shouldn't be able to do. But the point is that we, probably both get into two very different things with our cell phones. So for me, I can't have an Apple because it doesn't do what I need it to do. And that's where these proprietary things come into play for here. I feel like if I had an Apple, I'd just be so limited now. Now I have to find ways around these things, which I shouldn't have to. And that's kind of where I've gotten with DJI over the years. It's like, why do we keep going through this again and again and again with their systems?
I think it's the simplicity that makes them successful.
It is.
Ease of use for the common user. I mean, if I would have started out with Samsung, because that's where I would have went, it would have been fine. But when you start with something and you've had it for 6 years, it's really hard to twist somebody's arm to change.
Yeah. No, and I agree. That's like trying to get me to get an Apple computer when I've used, DOS and Windows 3.1 and built up from there Windows like basically my entire life with either command prompting or Windows. You're not going to be like, here, have an Apple computer. I'll be like, What is this? What is this? It's like caveman, you know. It's
Yeah.
the search for food.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm a PC guy. I mean, that's my father was given an Apple a long time ago, and hey, can you come over and upgrade me? I'm like, no, I don't know anything about Mac, dude. I've tried. I'm like, I probably could if I wanted to sit here for a couple hours and learn everything because it's slightly different, but
Yeah.
it's just not worth the change to me and the price
Yeah.
for a Mac. I mean,
Like I said, man, I'm not against DJI. I had to going into 2020 this year, man. I told myself I was going to let go of a lot of biases I have towards companies, right, and things that have happened in the past. Holding on to those only harnesses negative energy in my world, and I'm really trying to make some life-altering changes here this year, right, for the more positive side of things. And I'm trying to be more open-minded about how everybody feels about these things and less closed-minded on certain things. There are a couple things that are going to be really hard to drive out of my system. And one of those is that DJI is good. DJI is good for certain things, but they're not good for what I do. And that's where the issue is drawn for me. And so I'm only going to look at this from my perspective of it's not useful to me. So why would it be useful for anybody else? And that's a mentality that I have to break. You know what I mean? Because it is great for professionals. It is a professional platform. If you're doing this, it's ease. It's guaranteed quality. You're going to buy it. It's going to come out of the box. It's going to fly good. You're going to get the pictures and cameras you need. You're going to make your money. And you're going to feed your family. That's what it is. And I have to agree with that. I can't dispute that fact anymore. That's what they've created. They've created this world that exists in a realm of perfectness. You know, and as much as I want to be negative with that world, I can't because they're doing their own thing, you know. And then there's my side where open source, like if this drone doesn't do what I want it to do, then I just buy the part, upgrade it, and now it does what I want it to do. So I'm on that side of things where I would rather just buy upgrade accessories and parts than buy a whole new drone every 6 months or 5 months. I can just build my own firmware and upload it to this and tell it what I want it to do, and then it does it. I don't have to wait on a company to make it. And then if it's good and it's working for me, I can upload it to GitHub, and then people can take that and they can install it on theirs, and now that feature is available to everybody. You know what I mean?
right? Oh no, I totally get where you're coming from.
So it's like I hate limiting myself, but I'm trying to go into 2020 understanding everyone's level instead of just my own.
Yeah, the open source is probably pretty daunting to people that have never done anything like that, like myself. Because you don't want to screw anything up, especially when you go pay, like if I bought a Solo with $350, $300 for a good one, and you start messing around with it and you totally make it unflyable, or you know what I mean?
You can just wipe it, start over from factory.
So I think that's why a lot of people go for this one's ready to fly.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
DJI, Altel, Yuneec, even though they're extremely overpriced, I feel that Yuneec is way overpriced.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, big time. They're I don't know what's going on with their company. They've made some very sad attempts at drones here the past year and a half. I don't know what they've been going for. They're bigger birds. They're hexacopters and octocopters. They're nice, but not very many people are going out and buying those things. You know, and they do have an open source. What is it, like the H90 or the H920 or something like that? That's now like open source, and that runs on Mission Planner and Mavlink and all that stuff like the Solo does. So that thing's probably pretty killer, but I can't afford that thing. So.
No, that's where I'm at with any of the hexacopters.
Yeah,
but the Mantis Q. And then they just threw a gimbal on it and made it the Mantis G.
Mantis G.
And it's $200 or $300 more. Well,
yeah,
thanks.
No, that's why I said $600. Hell, for that, I'd rather have the Anafi. At least I can do professional work with it. You know, I love Parrot. I wish Parrot would make more drones and stop all this nonsense about constantly saying they're going to get out of the market and then they don't, and then they drop something else. But they're limiting their releases so horribly right now. It's frustrating. I almost feel like Parrot is trying to still drop out of the market and go strictly to like just professional drones, because that's what they want to do. That bluegrass drone they have, that's what they're trying to offer. They don't want to do any more of the small platforms for the consumer market. They want to offer all farm oriented, or FLIR oriented rescue drones and stuff like that. They're trying to totally just get out of the small consumer market.
Yeah, and the bluegrass is $4,400 base model.
Yep. So these are frustrations. I don't know, man. I feel like our options are getting extremely limited. Wait until you see what else is coming. People are going to be like, I don't understand what happened to this guy. What has happened to this guy? And people bear with me here because at this point, I'm not sure there's many options left available to me. And you'll understand here in probably the next week what I'm talking about. But please understand, I don't go into this lightly, and I didn't take these considerations lightly. This is something I put a lot of thought into before I made these decisions. So just be aware of that. I'm once again, I state this again, I'm trying to let a lot of my biases go. So there are things that you will see on this channel coming up that you will probably be like, I never expected that. You would be right. Neither did I. But it's happening, so we're going to do that.
Well, sometimes you have to be informed to talk about something, and if you have it in your hand and, you know what I'm saying. When you test things, the more things you test, the more knowledge you have, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. CJ, I do build my own drones, man. Every one of these I build is open source. I don't need to build a big open source platform like an F450 frame because the Solo does everything I need it to. Why would I build something that's already excellent? If all I have to do is update this thing and make some minor changes to it to make it do what I want to do, I don't need to build anything in this kind of classification. As long as I keep the Solo flying, I've got an unlimited open source fun. Now, if it doesn't do what I need it to do, then maybe I'll start considering upgrades. So. What is Drone Shark talking about here? 2 batteries and Hero 4 silver included. Oh, I don't need another Solo, dude. Do you see what's on my floor right now? I got too many of these things, man. I'm stacking them now on top of each other.
So, what are your thoughts on the A3 then, Dano?
I love it. I think it's a fantastic little bird, man. I really do. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun little bird. Yeah. Let me tilt this way here. All right.
It had some issues when it first came out with the lens fogging. I mean, I've followed it quite a while.
Yeah.
And there were guys that were taking the lens off and then resealing it and putting it back on, which is kind of risky, but it was fixing the issue.
Yeah.
But it was more in a cold climate. When you bring it from a warm car or your house, you take it out and it's 40 degrees out, and you get up to altitude, it would just poof, fog.
Oh yeah, the lens. I heard they had to seal the lens on it.
Yep.
So yeah, I heard about that. I mean, that's not to me. It's not really affecting me because of where I live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not an issue for me. I guess I would address that as needed in that scenario, but I don't really see myself needing that feature or needing that to be resolved anytime soon. I guess.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was 21 degrees here yesterday. It's going to be 49 today. And we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches tomorrow and 1 to 3 inches Saturday. And so it's up and down right now.
Right.
So that might be an issue for the A3 if I was to pick one up, which I'm seriously thinking of.
I haven't, it's already 73 degrees out. So that tells you how Florida is right now. I don't think I'm going to run into that issue anytime soon.
No.
But no, so here, hold on a second. That's the instant mod that needs to be done.
Ooh.
So it's that's just the SMA connectors. So those are mounted properly. Those are screwed in right where the old antennas used to go. I'm not going to specify how much range I got for range I got for legal reasons on here, but let's just say to the moon and back is probably a good gesture. I can outfly the battery on this setup, and that's impressive. So let's just say that all you need is a $10 mod, and this thing's incredible. Now I am working on this transmitter screen. I'm going to take this apart, and I believe I found a way to brighten this screen by adding in another capacitor inside of here. I think I can run a parallel 15 on a 15, and we can get 70% more brightness out of the screen. Now, there's no guarantees that it's not going to burn that cheap little screen out. You know what I'm saying? After a little while, I can't guarantee that without trying it. This is only a 5-volt input system, so you start doubling up on stuff like that. There's really taking a chance, no guarantees. You know, would I care? No, I found these transmitters online for $49. If I had to, I could just buy another one. You know what I mean? Rebind it to the bird and go from there. I think for a $50 price point, it's totally worth seeing if we can amplify the power output for the screen for everybody. If it is possible, then make the video showing how to do it. And then, you know, talk about, hey guys, I wouldn't do this until, you know, give me 4 or 5 months with the bird first. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure that the screen's going to hold up. Let me put a number of flights underneath it. Let's, you know, do all these things before all of you start making this mod, because I don't want to push a mod that a bunch of people are going to do and then be like, oh, burning out screens left and right because of drone worship. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not exactly the route I want to take. But this is an instant mod that needs to be done. This is a game changer for the drone. I mean, I was getting 100 meters and it was dropping signal. It was like, this is pathetic. Why? This is so crap. And then I put these on here and fly me to the moon.
Giving me flashbacks of
Hubson days.
Yeah.
Those are 8 or 9. No, those are 7 dB. You can go bigger if you want to. I wouldn't push it too much further than that, man. You start going with really big antennas, you'll probably start burning out the receivers on those things, man, or transmitting and receiving. So be careful with how big an antenna you're going, man.
Yeah, you might end up tipping forward too while flying.
Bob said it will burn images into the screen. It's an LCD screen. It shouldn't. What was the screen that used to do that? Plasma. These Plasma does that. These are cheap little LCD screens. It shouldn't do it. It should just get very bright. So, but what you can do is hook it. He hooked it up. The guy that was talking to me about how he was working on it said that he set this up for PMW, right, on the right side. Okay, this has the ports on the bottom. He was able to connect this to the PMW and put a voltage regulated system on this. So when he went up like this, it would adjust the brightness up, and when he pulled down, it would go ahead and take the brightness down. So he basically just transferred what this switch does to the PMW connection for other needs.
That's pretty cool.
Which I thought was a very smart idea.
Yes.
So
they do sell a cheap hood for that controller too.
I got one coming. I'm gonna show it to you. Thomas printed a 3D Fimi print for me that was specific to this drone. Somebody went out of their way to do everything. So, well, we'll see, man. Well, like I said, I'm gonna get it on there. I don't know how much further I want to take it. If the hood screen works, I'm probably not gonna mess with it. There's no point to take chances that are unnecessary. You know.
Oh, but what you said, if you did, you know, brighten the screen, you'd want to test it before you recommended it, because there's so many reviewers out there. They test it one day. Greatest drone ever. Go buy it. Use my affiliate link. Doesn't cost you anything extra. I get money. Well, that's not a real reviewer.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So that's the thing, man, is that I would keep a data sheet of logging all my flight hours, keeping track of each flight, adding up the minutes, how long the transmitter's been on for. And then I would do that for a 4 or 5 month period. And then I would say, guys, we're 5 months into this. Oops, I guess he dropped off. I've had so many flights. I guess he's back. Okay. Hey, good to have you back. Yeah. So, and then I would release that data. You know, I haven't really seen a drop in brightness. It hasn't burned anything to the screen, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have that data to release to people, because if you don't, you're absolutely right. You're not being a good, well, number one, you're not being a real hobbyist by testing the mod. you have to have conclusive data behind it before you just start saying this is a really good thing to go do it. You know what I mean? That sucks when all of a sudden you're that guy that caused a bunch of people to burn out their screens or crash their drones for, mods that just don't work right. And we know a few characters who have done that before. I'm not going to mention names because this is 2020. Moving forward, I'm just saying that has never happened on my channel because things are done properly.
Moving forward.
So it's all good. I get it. Anyways, man. Yeah, no. So I'm working on the mod still. I think it's an exceptional drone for what it is. The gimbal is extremely stable. The GPS is fairly accurate. I will say the barometer bounces pretty bad. It's bad. I mean, if it gets any kind of wind, it's like
like the Xeno, the first Xeno.
Yeah. Yeah, the ground diving Xeno. Which I think they solved that already, didn't they? Firmware, and they fixed the majority of a lot of that stuff.
It's better in windy conditions. It can still mess up the barometer, but if you're up in a flight 50 feet or higher, you're not really worried about it. It's when you're close to the ground that you're in trouble.
Right. Bob Biker sent me a text saying I won a Bugs 3. Well, the giveaway is still going, guys. Like I said, you just have to come in and comment on this video afterwards. I'm gonna do this again because I did forget we have a bunch of new people in here. So this is the original Drone Worship Bugs 3 that got like a ridiculous amount of views on YouTube for a bunch of mods that I did to it. It works flawlessly. It comes with a 200 milliwatt FPV system built into it now. I do have the long 200 milliwatts. I do have the long range mod done to it on the transmitter end here, and this will get a 20-minute flight time with pretty significant range improvement over what it used to get. This thing will go all the way down to the end of the golf course and back now with no issues. So you can strap it. Oh wow! What did I just do?
Long range mod.
I just broke something. I don't know what I broke. I broke my chair. Busted my chair, peoples. I just leaned into it in a bit.
It was not worthy.
No, it was not worthy. I forgot that I didn't have the tripod thing up, so that was my fault. Anyways, that's fun.
So, Dano, the one thing on the Mavic Mini, if you do a range test or fly it out very far, the lithium-ion battery is way different than what we're used to.
On what?
The Mini.
Okay.
My second flight with it, I just took it out as far as I could get it to go. I'm not going to tell you how far that was.
Right. Yeah, I don't expect you to.
But I turned around at 70% because it was 30 degrees out.
Right.
I landed with 20.
Whoa.
And it was, well, actually, it was above me at 200 feet at 20 and landed at about 18, 17. So if I'd have done what some of these reviewers do and go out till you're at 50% and turn around, it wouldn't have been back. Because once it gets down to around the 30 percentile range, you start losing speed because that battery is no longer providing the same voltage.
Sure.
And that thing is very sensitive.
My range test consists of about a mile away now. That's all I go.
Well, you'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I always just go. I'm not. You got to remember, man. Like, if it reaches a mile, that's plenty. There's no reason to go further based on LOS laws and all that crazy.
I agree.
I don't see the point that, like, on your own time, out in the middle of whatever. I don't encourage anything, but you want to take a chance and whirl the loopy bird and see what happens and roll the dice. Go for it. Me, I don't. I mean, a mile out and a mile back. Spark can do it. I expect this can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's a 2 mile round trip. I expect this to be able to do it.
FPV is a lot better on this than the Spark.
I also want to run the FIMI A3 against the, they're both lithium-ion batteries. So they both should have pretty significant output for here. Now, you said you were going to get one. Just bear that in mind. It is lithium-ion. What do I hear? Dronola, what are you doing?
What the hell is that? That's not me. Oh, my God. It's totally not me.
I don't hear anything.
Really? You don't hear crackling?
Yeah,
That's probably
I was
me
hearing
then.
that shit.
Oh. I don't know.
I muted everything even too. So
If I don't hear it, it's probably me.
Sounded like something picking like at their microphone.
right, like there was like a vag badger or something.
It was probably this.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
I was twisting my mic cable.
I was like, what is that noise?
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Nervous habit, guys. Sorry.
Well, now you know what it does.
Yeah, because I don't hear it.
Right. I was like, who is doing what? What is happening right now? Somebody's doing something.
Yeah, I thought I was just messing up this time.
E-drone, what's going on? So yeah, be aware, man, that it does have lithium ion as well. However, I have to admit, man, super impressive flight times on these ion batteries. You know,
as long as you know the limitations, it doesn't matter to me. It's just when you first get it, it's way different than a lipo.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the wind with the Mini, it will not move.
Yes, I heard that.
I've experienced it. I had to land it in a field a mile from me, and it wasn't on a range test. It was just on a flight. The wind changed on me. I even got it down, and believe it or not, at a mile away, I had FPV all the way to the ground. I could see the corn stalks where I landed.
Mm.
And I had trees, buildings between us, and I still had FPV. Still connected to the drone, which was pretty insane. I didn't expect. I expected once I dropped under 50 feet, I was screwed and wouldn't be able to see anything. But I got to land it nice and neat in the field.
That's awesome.
Well, listen, man, I know nobody's gonna like me when I'm done with this DJI, but
most of us here understand you are who you are. Say what you want.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You'll figure it out. I didn't get this lab coat for no reason, man. I bought a lab coat with a special name on it for a specific purpose. So, when that time comes, you guys will understand. It's gonna be a weird year. It's gonna be fun though. Just don't be too upset with me. All I'm saying is that I'm going to test its limitations and we're going to push it and we're going to have fun doing it. And when it's not fun anymore, then we escalate. So
there's a guy in the UK that does a battery mod on it already. And he can fly limitless with it.
Yeah.
Straps a big old 4-cell on it.
Why?
And just wants to see. He was out 10,000 meters.
That's gonna burn the motors out pretty quick.
He's wrecked it 2 or 3 times and repaired it, put new arms on it, and
still gonna send it.
Yep.
Just gonna send it. I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, you guys.
Rest away.
Dude, E-drone, nobody cares about the 8K drones. Nobody even has an 8K capable device at their house. Like, oh, let me. I want to put this in perspective for everyone before I go use this bathroom. You have to constantly wow the drone market. Constantly, if you're releasing a new product. There can't be simple little adjustments and changes. You have to come up with a new feature, right, that has at least 3 or 4 more features than the previous one. But never jump. Never fully let your load out right out the hole. You got to build that load up, you know. You got to, and then you meet the right woman and you. The point I'm making here is they just went right for the throat. They didn't play around. They're like, oh, we're going to offer 8K and 6K. The problem with doing that is now you have nothing that you have in the future that is going to be mind-blowing to anybody. You just threw all of your guns on the table in one go. You know what I'm saying? People wanted better cameras. Well, they're getting them with 6K and 8K. Well, let me tell you, that's all the tech right now that's available. You're not putting any bigger cameras on drones. So, Altel, what's your future plans now? You got to drop another model in 7 months. What's that going to be? 8K with obstacle avoidance now? Like, what is go? Where do you go from here now? You've left yourself with no out unless you have something just totally set aside that's going to be mind blowing in the next 6 months. You threw all your cards on the table, man.
Or
so,
you just put a 0.0 after it.
A what? Yeah,
0.0.
A 2.0. Right now, it's different. Oh, it's changed. Oh, extended flight time. Buy the Altel Evo Power Edition, like Parrot. Get 7 minutes of extra flight time.
File
This one-
size is going to be ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Most people can't even render 4K footage on their current computers. What makes you think 6K and 8K is going to do you any favors? Like, I really don't think everybody thought this one through, man. It's great. It's probably a really fantastic platform at the price point that they're offering. It's cheaper than the Mavics and everything else, but dude, it sounds to me like you just put all of your cards on the table to compete with DJI, and I just don't know if that was a smart decision. I really don't, you know? Well, no, the 8K is a half-inch sensor, and the 6K is a 1-inch sensor.
Correct.
So if
Yep.
anybody was wondering, the 6K is going to be better for photographers. The 8K is going to be better for cinematography shooting. That's going to be for the video side of people as opposed to the picture side.
They say the 8K is a 48 megapixel photo, and that the 6K is a 20 megapixel, but I bet the 20 megapixel photos are going to look better than the 48 because of the 1-inch sensor.
Yes, and I would agree with that. That's why the cheaper option is the 8K version.
Right.
The 6K. Right.
And no one's going to shoot an 8K. Guaranteed. I mean, they'll try it, and that'll be it.
240 gig SD card burned up in like 10 minutes of shooting.
Yeah, no thanks.
My God.
I barely shoot in 4K.
Let me go use the restroom here. I'll be right back.
Pee away.
Let's see here.
Drone alone, I want to get into FPV really badly, but right now price is a factor.
Could you go ahead and I could hear you addressing me, but I didn't hear the question. I was putting my headphones back on.
Oh, I was just saying I want to get into FPV, but monetarily it's just not going to happen right now.
I understand when it comes to trying to uphold a hobby that is as demanding as these here quadcopters. Man, always something. I just killed my run cam, and I'm super sad about it. I really enjoyed this camera. What had happened is I came down on this like coat rack thing that was on the ground, and my kid didn't pick up that was supposed to, and it just jabbed it perfectly. Look at this.
Right on the camera. Oh man.
Right on the power button on the top, and it jabbed it in just the way and scarred it that it went underneath and just popped that power button off. It broke it in half, and it took a bunch of circuits and diodes and things off with it. There's nothing I can do. I tried firing it up. I've tried putting replacing some of the pads because they got ripped off, and so I was trying to make a connection again, but it's so sad. I enjoyed it.
If you tried to do that, that's $1 million injury right there. I mean, to aim that perfectly to hit the power button.
Absolutely, because it was not. It was from like it was a 4-foot fall, and it was more of a tip over. And I've slammed this quad into the ground at 35 miles per hour a few times, and just come out with like no damage or a bent prop or broken prop or. It's been a trooper, and that camera. It was great, man. I'm 1080. I mean, that's all I truly need with my FPV flights.
Yeah, 1080 is plenty for that.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I mean, YouTube, if most of you are uploading on YouTube, unless you have over 10,000 subs, you're not able to upload in 4K anyways. You're stuck at 1080 at 60. So, like I said, there's I just don't I don't know, man. Maybe Autel just it's just wanted to make a point to DJI. I don't know.
We promise not to hate you. There's no way. Yep.
You broke it.
Killed his run cam.
Yeah, broke it.
Oh man, I killed it like you wouldn't believe, Dan. Like
Come on, hurry up, change your signal. I want to see what's happening.
Oh, it's gonna be awful. I guarantee
Oh
it.
boy, Guitar Central. Hey,
Huh.
hey.
Hey. I do have a few guitars.
Just a couple.
That's an awful picture. Sorry for the quality. Here's my new Dan Electro.
See, this is how he takes us around his house to show us things when he wants to. He just puts his FPV camera on there and just walks around with his drone. Check this out.
And now a casual tour of the Drone Alone Discount Studio.
All right, let's see what we got here. Solo layout. Boom. There you go, peeps. Does that say weed on it? Weed.
It sure did.
That's awesome. Some of this stuff is kind of hard to make out. Oh, are we flying now? I think we're flying. Nope, we're not flying. What just happened? Oh, he's opening the door. We are definitely flying. Yeah. No, put us down.
This looks like a lair.
It does. Oh, he's showing us where he was sitting. Okay, this could get interesting. I think he's going to fly. Let her rip, Tater Chip. Come on. Come on. Let her rip. E-drone, you actually don't upload in 4K. It says 4K, but it's very scaled down. You don't get those options to use true 4K, which they discussed that in the guidelines. You don't get the option to use true 4K ability until you reach a certain subscriber count. If you notice when you go to your YouTube studio and you check into it, it says upload HD footage and capped at 4K 2.7K resolution. It tells you that it scales it down. So just because it says 4K doesn't mean anything, bro. They're scaling you, my friend. They prefer you to use 1080 at 30 or 60. They don't even want you using 4K if you can avoid it. It uses up a ton of their service band and bandwidth and servers and like they just don't. As much as you guys want to be professional, man, they just don't want you guys using that stuff.
Most people are watching on their phones anyway.
That's what I watch on. I'm on the go.
You know, I just recently started watching on my laptop, which is 4K.
Give me 1 sec. I gotta take this here.
Yeah, hit it.
A survey. They did a survey at that time. They got your Florida address. Like might be like you might be living in Florida at that time.
But I'm not living in
That's
Florida. So wouldn't they know that when they did their survey?
Yeah, right now you are not living in Florida, right?
Right.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you when my company did the survey. At that time, you might be living in the Florida, so that's why we have the Florida address.
Oh.
Because after you might have like moved.
Well, unfortunately, I did move. I moved to Alaska.
Yeah. So we don't work in Alaska. Thanks for your time. I will take your number off the list.
Okay. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Nice job, Dan.
I thought once I got into that, you guys would have fun with that. Yeah, no, I totally moved. I said
Man,
that's
that
not
was a
my
good
address.
run for a second.
I said that's not my address. He goes, "Oh, what is your current address?" Yeah, you should know. You came off so strong. You're Daniel that lives in Florida. What happened to all that certainty? Now I'm Daniel that lives in Alaska.
Florida.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I gotta actually get going here, man. Mom just got home, and we're getting ready to go to a doctor's appointment, and it's too windy. I don't even want. From what you're saying now, I don't even want to take it out and fly it because it's like I'm looking at these treetops, and they're blowing around pretty good. So
it's good in the wind. It's just you have to be wary of your battery percentage and how far away you are. That's all. I mean, I've flown it probably in a lot higher wind than I should.
Okay.
My Mavic Air, I don't give a shit. I'll fly it in anything.
Right.
Because it doesn't care.
Right.
And around where I live, I can fly distance-wise. I'm limited by battery, not by range on any of them. So I don't have Wi-Fi interference. I'm in a town of 1,500 people, and there's nothing around me for 20 miles in any direction.
Joseph Novak, since it's New Year's and you're giving companies a second chance, is there any chance you'll be reviewing a Xeno or a Xeno Pro?
Or Xeno 2. That's not a look of confidence, Dan. Answers that question.
What was that?
That was white, though, so that's got to be the original Xeno.
Is that a box that just... Oh.
Was that a dove that just flew by?
A dove. That was a dove.
I actually ordered the Pro, or the 2, and then canceled it.
Did you?
Because it was $3.99 early bird special, on, I think it was GearBest. I ordered it and canceled it the next day. I'm like, nope. You want to do FPV, you want to get into that, don't spend the money on a Xeno when you already have 2 drones that take the same kind of footage. So
yeah, that's true.
Why get something that's going to duplicate what I'm already doing?
Very true. I have a lot of fun stuff coming to the channel. I did tell you I had a sponsor. They're very cool. They're making a budget available that's very interesting. So with that being the case, it has allowed me to make some interesting purchases.
That's awesome.
So I think a lot of you guys will be quite surprised by some of the stuff that's actually coming here. But yeah, no, I'm in this to have fun and lose the biases, or attempt to anyways. Do my best. Some things you just can't get out of your system, man, and I'll do my best to try to break those. But no guarantees.
You're allowed to have a bias once you've flown something.
And that was the thing. I think I was prejudging a lot of this stuff before I had an opportunity to put my hands on it, even though I'm pretty sure 90% of the time I was accurate with my what I said. But it's still, people are like, you can't talk about things you haven't touched or played with. Like, okay, well, then I'll make that a thing. Let's do that. How do we make that a thing? Let's get that thing going. So now I get to be that guy. I get to give the honesty and say what my thoughts are with no holds barred. That's the best thing about this. Is that the company that's sponsoring me isn't affiliated with any RC hobby. They could literally care less what my feelings are towards RC hobby stuff. You know what I mean? Just don't. They don't. And that's unique to have that ability, because now I don't answer to DroneWorks. I don't answer to DJI. I don't answer to Yuneec, Hubson. I don't answer to any of these companies. Well, it's all fun.
You can be just as honest as the sailors now. I'm sorry, Dan. I had to do it.
Oh, the sailors. They are interesting folks. I wish a lot of you guys were here. Well, some of you were. Some of you were here 2 years ago when we were going through a lot of issues with the RC sailors, especially the gun. You remember the gun at the range or the gun at the airport? Nate brought his pistol and put it on his side and started wearing it in all his videos, and he wasn't covering it or anything. That was a big deal. It's like, why do you have a pistol out of an airstrip when you're making kids videos? Like, please explain this to everybody.
That is odd.
This is not an open carry channel. This is a RC review channel, man. There's things that have to be answered for. There was just so much that took place. I mean, I've been here too long, bro, but it's all right. Like I said, doesn't matter now. It's water under the bridge. 2020, moving forward. So
moving forward.
Steve said outset was not cool. Well, the RC sailors have done a lot of things that aren't cool.
Right.
But
yeah.
Those of you that were there know. Those of you that don't, I guess time heals and fixes everything. I don't know. Listen to me. Become a Nietzsche over here. I'm good.
Get some Zen in your life. You'll be much happier.
Yes. Salami.
I did that one time. I went to the Buddha temple over here. I don't know how many people watched that video. That was fun, man. It was fun meeting all the monks. They were super cool. They don't talk very much at all. Some of them talk that go shopping and do stuff for the village or their whatever their monk entity is. But whatever they believe in, Buddha or but most of them don't talk. I don't know if they've taken a vow of silence. They just don't chat. But they are very flexible people. They are interesting to watch when they do their stretches. I don't know. I don't understand how they're all contortionists. I'm convinced they're all contortionists. You got 80-year-old contortionists in there. I'm like, what? I don't understand how does he? Wow. Huh. You guys should work for a Kama Sutra company.
He doesn't have any cheeseburgers lodged right here.
Right here, not here. Or here so much, but
right here.
Yeah. So totally. Well, guys, I got to get going, man. It's been fun. If you're here, thanks for being supportive. As you can tell, there's going to be more fun coming on the channel. And tomorrow, first flight of the I'm not doing this thing like a normal review because everybody's already done that. 5,000 reviews out there of this stupid thing now. I'd just be pitching my piss in the pot. Like, there's no point. I would rather give you my honest opinion trying to fly it like I normally would, right? Without all the mumbo jumbo of going through all the, the smart shots and all that. That's already been done.
Yeah.
I want to give this my opinion as to can it fly the way my needs want to fly it, because the Spark did not hold up to its value to me. The Spark was kind of a sad, sorry little drone, and I hope this doesn't end up being that way. I want this to be something that you can take on vacation and fly it like it's a big drone. I want certain shots and capabilities, and I need it to be able to perform that. If it can't, it's of no use to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to accomplish the task that I need it to do. So based on how I fly and the things I do, that's how my results are going to come out. And I'm hoping that I have to look at it like it's a toy too. It is the base model of what they create. Okay. I get that. I have to look at it in that sense as well. But I also fly a certain way. So I'm going to be comparing the base model price with the way that I fly. And hopefully we come out in the middle somewhere and hash it out, so.
I know you can't do flips or anything fancy with a DJI, of course, or most camera drones, but try the FPV mode and then fly like you fly. It will bank your turns.
The camera will tilt with the horizon slowly and make it look cinematographic. Yeah.
If you do it quickly, though, it gets crazy.
The A3 does the same thing. If you were curious, the A3.
I think all of them do that, but most people never use it. The FPV mode. Actually, the Parrot looks like it does it the best. The Anafi.
Of course. Which, by the way, guys, we have the Anafi cologne that should be pulling in here in the next 12 or 13 days for everybody that was so curious about that thing. That's coming.
Dragonfly?
The Dragonfly KK, 13 KK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be here fairly shortly. We pre-ordered that a while ago. Everybody wants to know, is it anything like the Parrot Anafi? And I'm going to go ahead and say probably not. It's running on its own Chinese software and its own. Will it function? I assume it's probably going to fly and function. It's probably going to be a hassle drone, though. It'll work half the time it won't. Most likely the signal is going to be complete crappery. And it's probably going to send a Wi-Fi signal straight back to the app instead of the transmitter.
That's where the problem's going to lie. Yeah.
And that's where you're not going to get any range, and you're going to have constant fall off and latency lag, and everybody's going to be all pissy with the drone. So yeah, the only way to get past that would be to put a Wi-Fi repeater in between the connector. So if you were to run a Wi-Fi repeater at 5 gigahertz dual band with a little power bank on the back and attach it to that, then hone in the Wi-Fi repeater to the drone's signal, and then attach your phone to the Wi-Fi repeater signal, then you could fly it most likely like it's supposed to be flown. That's something probably a lot of people aren't going to do. It's too much of a hassle. You've now added 2 other accessories to the device now just before you can even get up in the air and function it how it should. These are just guesses, but well, that is coming. Everybody want to know, oh my God, it looks so much like the Parrot Anafi. Oh my God, it does. It looks like identical. Somebody obviously reverse engineered some of the tech and went backwards with it. But it doesn't have a 3-axis gimbal. Let's just throw that on the table. It's 2 axes, just basically up and down. I don't even know if it rolls.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it rolls, but you know, there's still a lot of people very wanting to know if it's going to be the Parrot Anafi. Well, I don't think it's going to, but that's why we do these tests, man. Who knows? China might just wow us with this one.
Well, the Anafi's 2-axis gimbal beat the shit out of the Spark.
Yeah. But it was also stabilized, wasn't it? Doesn't it have stabilized for roll factor?
Well, it has digital for that axis.
Right. The stable is
So did the Spark.
Yeah. Well, the Spark sucked though.
You had to go straight lines or really slow turns.
Slow turns. It was so goofy.
Even a strong wind could bobble your footage.
So you want to know how I had to deal with that? What I would do is come in sport mode, right? Hot. I'd be coming in just absolutely hot. Right before I'd make my turn, I would slap it into standard cinema mode, and then I would start into the turn, and then I would lead and start going backwards, and then I'd flip it right back into sport mode and do the drop away out. But I had to get talented at flipping the switch. But that's what I'm talking about, this fly thing. Like, I need this to fly like a real drone. I shouldn't have to be switching switches while trying to focus on all this other stuff just to make the gimbal not go.
Right.
You know, that was the problem with the Spark. Like, you'd get started on anything, you'd be like, yeah, this is a great shot. And then you'd yaw just a tad, and you'd forget. You'd forget that it does that, and you just give it a little yaw, and then the camera would be like.
I got it to flip twice on the Mini.
Really?
Yeah, but that's full sport mode, banking the shit out of it, trying to get it to do it. And it took a lot to get it to bobble. I flew an entire battery, full sport mode, never let off the left stick.
Oh, all right, that's killer. See, that's what I'm looking for. I need this.
Do it.
To do that. That's
it.
what. Yes. Okay. Well, trust me, she's gonna be put through the ringer. This drone is. So we're gonna find out what it can and can't handle. So
I threw it all into air data UAV and did some. Don't point at me like that.
If you're lucky, I might just show you how to shoot a dolly shot with it.
Please do.
If you're lucky, I may just show you guys how to shoot a dolly shot with it.
That sounds like something to look forward to.
Yeah.
I dollied with the Anafi, and it was a little. It liked to do this while you were doing dolly shots, even in no wind, and it just ruined it.
I will do my best to see if I can show you guys how to do a dolly zoom on a drone that doesn't have zoom capabilities. It's all going to depend on the pixels of whether it's possible or not. So I'll be able to tell just after I look at the footage whether I can perform a dolly zoom. It's a camera trick. When applied correctly, you wouldn't know the difference if I had a zoom capability or not. It's not something I normally do with drones because I'm not a fan of the dolly zoom, but I think how popular it's become at this point, it's a feature that you can take any drone that has decent pixelation and show people how to do a dolly zoom with a drone that's not capable of doing a dolly zoom. So that's what we're gonna do, man. If it
having that skill, man.
Yeah. That comes down to editing and understanding good editing software. You don't even need good editing software. I'll probably do this one on my phone just to show people it's capable, right? But it requires the right place, the right time, the right wind conditions. There's a lot that has to be involved with performing a dolly zoom shot without having zoom capabilities. So I will try to make that happen. If it looks good, you guys can tell me. Learn your editing techniques, man. Cinematography, that's what it's all about. Dynamics in a shot. Done correctly, it looks so smooth.
I use Filmora.
There you go.
Because it's cheap.
There you go.
I use Pentacle Studio 17.
Let's see. I use Shortcut for PC, and I use DaVinci Resolve, and then I use Power Director for Android for my phone.
Yeah, those sound real nice.
So, well, they're all free except for Power Director for Android. That was a paid service.
Right.
So.
That one really sounds worth it. Like the conversation we had last time.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's pretty sophisticated editing for on the go. Once you learn how to use it, it's fun.
I took your advice though, Dan. I just remembering, I forgot to update you on that. I went and got a fairly decent smartphone, and I was going to try to get the stuff set up and do some editing using the phone. Let's see how that goes.
Let me know, man. If you have questions, there's plenty of tutorials out there. They keep adding new features. Remember, you're not going to get all the features unless you pay the premium service monthly. So,
and the thing too is, sometimes not knowing is half the battle. Verb up. No, man, thanks.
Word.
I'm out here.
I'm out of here too, man. Gene, it's been fun.
Good luck, Dano.
Droner, it's been fun, buddy.
Agreed.
I'll catch you next time you're alone. I love the exit music.
Yeah, shit's pretty fucking cool. This guitar's gonna fuck though.
Oh my god. Everybody in chat, man, thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for supporting. Don't forget to check out these two awesome channels. And on your way out, don't forget to smash the like button. I'm gone, man. I'm gonna go get poked by the doctor and show him my big ball sack, and we're gonna go from there. It's gonna be incredible.
Incredible.
Incredible. I will catch you guys on the flip. Go ahead.
See you, Dano. I was gonna say keep a tight asshole, buddy.
Hey.
Whenever you go to the doctor, keep it tight.
FPV makes me pucker. I'm getting talented at it. I've got the clench technique down well now. You know.
Bust walnuts with that thing.
There you go. All righty, guys. Later, man.
See ya.
Bye, guys.